Hello, my name is Mark Douglas, and I wanted to discuss a book that I just published on my stroke recovery. Those of you who have that are stroke survivors or have stroke survivors in your family, your immediate family or friends, um, know that it's a serious matter to have gone through, and that it's an ongoing experience. Excuse me. So this is my book. I don't have a hard copy. Let's see, get it centered there. There we go. I wrote it because I had three strokes, one of which was a massive stroke, a vertebral artery dissection. Excuse me. In the summer of 2001, and I had the following year 12 TIAs, which was a lot of fun to go through. Basically, my strokes were caused by chiropractic manipulation of my neck. My wife and I, our experience with the ineptitude of the medical community frustrated us so much that I decided I was going to write a book about the experience so that others that are going through this, if it's you or your loved one or your friend, you might find a couple answers. Every stroke is different. There's no stroke, two strokes the same. But what worked for me won't necessarily work for you, and I still struggle with some effects of the stroke on a daily basis. Energy, for example. When we first, I had my stroke in California. I was in the national handball tournament in the quarterfinals, doing quite well. Next day, I couldn't walk without a walker. Had trouble speaking and feeding myself, and I had a whole host of myriad issues that I dealt with. And at first, the recovery symptoms. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Charlie. The recovery symptoms, my recovery rate, if you will, was very high. It was right up there. Every day, I could see progress, and then all of a sudden, it became slow and inconsistent. One step, two steps forward, one step back, one step forward, three steps back. It was never consistent. And what was really frustrating me was that no one in the medical community that we talked to had any answers. For example, UCLA, maybe the premier stroke center of the world, sent me and my wife home uh, with instructions to get a physical therapist and get a neurologist. That was it. I've had more instructions having my car repaired than UCLA gave me coming home. When I think back on it, it's just unbelievable. My doctor, my neurologist in Rochester, I came to him the first year and I said, my God, I'm sleeping 16 to 20 hours a day. I have no energy. Even when I'm awake, I have no energy. What's the deal? And he was such a nice guy. He looked at me and he said, I've heard stroke survivors have this issue of energy, but, and he smiled, and that was it. No effort to look into it. The point here is that he may have been a really good neurologist, just not the right neurologist for a stroke. Doctors specialize. You can't specialize in everything. So it's up to you to find the right doctor. And then on top of that, you have the bell curve. The bell curve is true of all life. I mean, you have a few really exceptional doctors here, and you've got some really just horrific, horrible uh, physicians on this end. And then you have the mass up here in the bell curve. It's your job to find the ones on the good end. The key to that is keep asking questions and keep looking. Don't accept answers that just don't sit right with you, because these guys are humans. Uh, no one out there, and I mean no one, has all the answers when it comes to stroke. So I got that off my chest. Sorry about that. Uh, anyway, I've written quite a few books. I have 5-book science fiction series, and I've got a couple thrillers. And, I thought writing this book about my stroke is not going to be any big. It's not going to be hard. It just takes some time and get to it well. Guess what? It was excruciating because I had to relive that awful time coming home with my wife and kids, and the darkness and the lack of answers, and it was just horrible. But it's done, and it's out. So, quite a few readers have gotten back to me, and some have had strokes and were helped, I think, at least from what they say, by reading the book. Inside the book, the ebook or the printed book, but the ebook in particular, are links to different stroke sites, links to pharmaceutical companies that produce medicines, links that describe what a vertebral artery is, what the circle of Willis is, etc., yada, yada, yada. But I didn't intend for anyone to take my word verbatim as the gospel truth in this book. I simply wanted to make people aware that when you've suffered this type of thing, that it's up to you. You can't rely on the medical profession to provide all the answers because they don't have it. It's scary. It's scary. I mean, my wife and I, we felt like we laid ourselves at the cathedral of medicine knowledge when we got back to Rochester. In Rochester, New York, hello, that's not exactly pasture land. Nothing wrong with pasture land, incidentally. But, it's got the University of Rochester. It's a medical center. And to be there and have these people have no answers was just, excuse my French, it was damn scary. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Stroke, I call it the Humpty Dumpty symptom. I struggle with that name, but in the end, I thought it was appropriate. So, stroke, the Humpty Dumpty syndrome, is available on Amazon. If you have the misfortune of being a stroke survivor and are not getting answers, there is a good possibility that there's something in this that can help you. And I sincerely hope it is. There is, because it's the only reason I wrote the book. So, in closing, I wish you satisfaction with wherever you are in this thing. It's a monster. There is no area of your life that it doesn't seem to, at least for us, that it doesn't seep into. And it takes a lot of resolution, faith, luck to get through it. So I wish you the satisfaction of a good life, and maybe more to the point, I wish you good health. And hopefully, you'll find the help you need. So you have a good day. Take care.